and goes silent.
Howard got his duel that he wanted.
Way better than how Barney went out, right?
Hell yeah!
And the deed is done.
You look into his coat pocket, and sure enough, there are the keys, and there is a layout of his estate that shows the room where he keeps, marked clearly on the layout, the room where he's kept the Jekyll potion.
Did the rest of us come back to him now?
I don't know, do you? I don't control your fate.
Yep, so Lelia arrives, sees him. Do the werewolves. What about the werewolves? What do they do?
I don't know. Perception check.
Just because their master's now dead. Gone on the cob.
Have cakes, not waffles.
The hell's going on?
I just realized something.
No,
I have
waffles.
18 perception now.
Waffles. Pancakes, not waffles. Okay. You guys, with the exception of Tig, basically see around you well enough to realize that all the werewolves are gone. They are not even remotely close to where you are anymore. They probably went somewhere else to hunt.
Like the town.
Yep.
They have a shit ton of silver, and they're on a boat.
They are on a boat.
On a
And
boat!
as the Lonely Island says, that's a good place to be.
They're on a boat, and we made sure to give the captain like a silver pirate cutlass and shit.
Yep.
In case they do suddenly know how to swim.
And she can go down to the water and slit the throats of all the werewolves that are stuck under there.
Okay, so what would you guys like to do? It's the middle of the night. You've just killed the head villain. You found the location of...
well, what about the gas, since we can't go in his house unless the gas is gone?
Well, why don't you check on that, then?
Alright, so we go back to the mansion, I guess.
You go back to the mansion. Let's do some problem solving. Looking at your skills, what do you think might help you determine whether or not the gas is dissipated yet?
Perception check? Survival check?
Alchemy.
You didn't mention that that was colorful.
Let's think outside the perception check box.
Survival check?
That would be good. That would be an interesting
Engineering?
check to make.
I can do dungeoneering check.
Yeah, dungeoneering might work. It's a trap, so that kind of counts.
Let's do alchemy, or if to help fumigate it, we could open a window and Mig could flap her wings and try and blow it out.
Yeah, that'd be good. Okay, checking the windows and shit, and knowing your survival checks, and also just sort of smelling the air.
Yeah, I didn't roll that.
Well, first of all, Lelia ascends to a higher plane of existence, and sees the face of God. And it turns out the face of God is David Bowie. Who would have guessed? And then the rest of you.
But yeah, I rolled a 22 survival check.
You see that the gas has dissipated. Clearly, some sort of agent was released to help basically detoxify it. I mean, Rainsford lives here, so he's probably got some ways to keep that shit tamped down. And it is now safe to go back through the Rainsford estate.
Didn't he say he had a map on him with the keys?
He has a layout of his house and the keys that basically will allow you to search his estate and find the exact potion you need.
So
Perhaps it would be smart to have Buddy in place to take those werewolves eventually out of the trap. Those that... or when we have to cure them.
Well, we'll probably wait till mornings for when they're all comatose and...
And people that are stabbed.
Well, we can take them off, and we know they just heal, even in human form.
Do they heal in human form?
Yes.
Yeah.
They do.
Oh, okay.
Like one of the ways the alchemy werewolves work is that they are almost unkillable, at the expense of never being conscious when they're in their human form and having no real control of their actions while in beast form.
Man, if one of us got beaten by one of those. Woo!
Oh boy.
The entire planet would be fucked.
Okay, so you guys go inside Zarof's mansion.
So
Formerly known as his mansion.
can we loot it?
You can make perception checks to loot it, but first, you guys do the business you're here for. You go to the room where he has sitting in a box. It's labeled for more fun challenges. You open the box, and sure enough, there is the reagent Dr. Jekyll told you of. The thing necessary to make the werewolf cure.
I guess we
You
hand this
guys
off to
solved my
Tick.
werewolf puzzle.
Yay!
So while Tig can brews up a cure, can we all...
I gotta take that and fly back to Jekyll's lab, because I'm assuming he'd have better resources.
You would.
Alright, so let's just loot the place while we're here.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
make one last perception check before you leave Rainsford's estate.
Take or everyone.
For everyone.
I mean, everyone who wants to.
I'm already gonna start flying back, because the sooner we get that potion going, the better.
It's low roll time, apparently, for me.
Well,
Howard had his moment.
you had your moment. It was a
Yep.
good one too.
All right, nice. Ari, Ayara, and Lelia, you guys, after many minutes of rigorous searching, eventually find the only room in his house that really has much of value. Notably, a lot of the things that an aristocrat would have, like portraits of themselves and fine art, aren't in here. Most of it's just taxidermy of his kills. But you do eventually find a wall safe, and inside the safe are what remains of the Rainsford fortune. A total of... Let me do a small calculation here. Um, 48,000 GP.
Woo!
Everyone else, you search the place and find many ghastly pieces of taxidermy. All very well done, but now that you know who made them, all very disturbing.
We should
As
give them
well
to the
as-
we should take them and give them to Ivan.
Oh yeah.
as well as 300 GP of fine china and silver.
Wait, like what kind like so I put about the like we bury the ones that are sapients and like you take the exotic animals and bring them to Ivan. Like what first like I think like the most impressive ones.
How?
Well,
We have
what are
a
they?
buddy.
How big are they?
We have a buddy and we have a wyvern.
Okay.
Werewolves to stop.
Okay. So you guys are going to bring several taxidermy sculptures on a 3-hour walk to town.
We should wait first.
Yeah.
We can always proof back here with the amulets.
It's not like they're going anywhere.
Yeah, we can. This is yeah. We should probably just leave them here for now.
We can come back with the wagons.
Also, can Sir Mittens be the mayor of Uderson now?
What?
We'll see. Do you guys return to Uderson?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, you return to Uderson. It's much later in the night. When you return to Uderson, you see there are several unconscious werewolves piled up in the street by the combined forces of Sir Mittens, Cookie, Roof in Serpentar form, and Ivan. And in fact, Captain Argus, who, after getting everyone to safety on her boat, joined the forces. And you even see, on top of a roof, safely shielded and covered in armor that's just a bit too big for him, the High Priest of Henran, who's casting healing spells with his staff, as the group basically,
It's the silver
maces,
staff I gave him.
knocks out all the werewolves.
Aww.
Oh.
Wait, is the silver staff I gave him?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Yes.
Doesn't have any magic in it, but he could channel his shit through it, I guess. And the werewolves are all knocked out, and you guys manage to tie them up, and when dawn breaks, you have a bunch of unconscious werewolves. And
so
Tig, you find with Jekyll's notes and formula, you find that it's been very easy to basically craft several vials of werewolf cure. And you guys managed to cure all the werewolves you've rounded up. Returning 100 of the people who were attacked by these werewolves back to life. Sadly, a good number of the werewolves were killed by the attempts to defend the town, so many people won't be returning, but the village is now in better straits.
Should we send someone down into the lake to fish out the...
It's not a lake, it's a river. All the werewolves, as we discussed, are now in the ocean by now.
Yeah, they washed away.
Yep.
Forever being digested by a water worm who will never go hungry again.
There is one person among the cured parties of werewolves that seems very familiar. He looks very similar to Zaroff.
Oh, no.
And when he comes to, he's like, oh, that son of a bitch betrayed me. and he sees the person who gave him the cure is none other than the current High Priest of Henry, and he's like, Altar Boy, where are my robes?
Citizens, arrest that man.
He's like, on what charge? I am the High Inquisitor of Henran.
And I'm the High Inquisitor
the church that's protecting this town.
I stand up, and I'm the High Justice of I don't give two shits. You kill a bunch of innocent people, asshole.
On these charges, and we lay down all the material and clues we've uncovered.
And Ivan's like, he's right. Everything went sour as soon as you started your investigation. And Ruth was no longer hiding the fact that she's a giant fucking snake woman. Says, we used it to kill all the people that weren't human. And we're the ones who ended up saving the town. And
good job on that, by the way.
The current High Priest of Henran's like, I don't really think we need an Inquisitor anymore. The waitress from the waffle shop stands right next to him and pats him on the back like, that's right, we've got the best High Priest that we could ask for.
Aww.
And then those two hold hands.
Oh my fucking god, that's adorable.
You know, I think
Cookie
time.
just flips him off.
I give her a high
I think
five.
it's time we run him out of town.
No, we need the Beslas.
No. We don't have Bezlas here.
Oh, speaking of which, apparently you are connected to the mayor who embezzled tons of money from Walpole. You are wanted there.
Ooh.
Captain Argus steps forward and she's like, yeah, I think we need to clap him in irons and throw him in the brig. What say ye? And all the townspeople murmur and nod in agreement and shout. And the one stone guy says, hey, has anyone seen The Amazing Cruff?
Oh god.
And
I got an idea. I got an idea. An idea. How far do you think this guy? Yeah, I got an idea. Arrow's just kind of smiling in a very, very dangerous way. He thinks the humans are the greatest of them all, don't you? let's see. It kind of turned to Morty and kind of gesture transform into a wyvern.
No, that's not
No,
good idea.
that's not a good idea.
I got an idea.
No.
Let's see how well
No.
he flies.
No.
No.
It's a
Not a good
stupid
idea.
The hawk that is Morty says, I think that him facing justice in the human legal way is probably a smart choice.
Indeed.
No, I'm just a hawk.
Oh.
Indeed, Morty the Hawk.
we cast Awakening on the Hawk, by the way.
You're welcome.
And the high priest of Henran is like, oh, I just thought he was someone's familiar, but okay. Anyway,
Yeah,
clap him in irons! You are, sir, I excommunicate you from the Church of Henran and Uderson. On what grounds? I'm the high priest. Everyone else was dead for a long time.
Underground.
Yeah, we like him. His sermons aren't so hellfire and brimstony. He lets us play bingo in the basement.
Basically, he's on the grounds of fuck you, I outrank you.
So basically, he's that one small town church pastor who also hosts bingo night.
Yeah, it could be 16. And so the Inquisitor of Henran is lots of irons, and he's being led to the ring. As he's being led to the town jail, he looks at you, our heroes, and he says, "You've made a powerful enemy. Circle of Thorn does not forgive."
We already killed one of you at the Dragon Puppy Mill.
Blah, blah, blah. And you would have gotten away with it, too, if it wasn't for us meddling adventurers.
Thank you. I was waiting for that.
I did a smile. Like as I'm just gonna roll an intimidate check and intimidate.
I just flip him off with a grin. And
Cookie
Fingers
also flips him off.
both
He's gonna
fingers.
call, someone take out his kneecaps.
I did just grin. I did just grin, revealing teeth that are far too sharp. For humans.
Yes, I get it. You're a half-breed.
Smoke starting to sweep out of my nostrils. Let him come. Fuel for the fire.
And then Cookie tugs on Howard's sleeve, and she says, and she points to the Temple of Frankenhide. And Ivan's like, "Oh yeah, we were gonna set that up today."
Oh yeah.
And together all the people help Cookie take out the carnival pieces and set up the carnival. And next time on the Island of Conquered Worm, we're gonna have some fun at the carnival.
Aww.
Oh wait, there's something I want to give to Buddy first.
Also, something I do want to ask Lelia.
Okay. While everyone's setting up the carnival, we'll have time for a couple last personal moments. Let's do something that you want to say to Lelia first before we do Buddy.
All right. Oh wait, Lelia, I need something to ask you.
Totally asked for it.
Squirt, the thing you can do, lighting your weapons on fire. How the hell do you do it?
It's called Flames of the Faithful.
Can you teach me how?
It's an Inquisitor spells. So I doubt it unless you get your powers from arcane magic and not dark magic.
If Ritz can do something similar, well, some can. I'm thinking maybe we could pull a resource together and try and figure something out. So I think that what I'm trying to say is, I want to be like you. Now I'm the queen of five. Be happy. I burned my way to the top and I had to stop, and that's been bothering me. I need more firepower. Tiefling spells just aren't enough. I got a grand desire to set the fire and just not up the snuff. Want to be like you.
Oh,
I want to shoot like you, intimidate like you. See it's true, make like me, and learn to burn just the same as you can do. See it's true, a mage like me can learn to burn like an inquisitor like you. Don't try to ignore me, tiefling. Tell you what, I make a deal with you. Give me what I desire. You're a sacred fire, and I make your dreams come true. Just give me the secret, Lelia. My crew, let me in what to do. I've long aspired for that holy fire, so I can burn like you. Air just
I was gonna
starts
say
singing
yes,
louder.
but now I'm saying no.
Air just starts singing louder. Whoop-de-doo, whoop-de-doo-de-doo. I want to be like you. Whoop-de-doo-de-doo. I want to shoot like you. Scare like you do. You see, it's true. A mage like me can learn to burn like you. Inquisitors do. You see, it's true.
Damn
Mage
it, you
like
make
me
me kind of off Walmart.
can learn to burn like Inquisitors do. And you might think it's ridiculous that I'd see you so very meticulous. Ever dreamed I'd like a team like the Inquisitor? But together we'd have power. All this island's treasure's ours. I got desire, you got the holy fire to make my dreams come true. So ooby-doo, whoop-de-doo-doo-doo. I want to be like you. Whoop-de-doo-doo-doo. I want to use that flame just the same you deep in you. Oh, how magnificent to be! And for a sorcerer like me, learn to do like your inquisitors do. Could learn to burn like an inquisitor like you. You could learn to sling around spells like me.
Is that it?
Yep.
But now no.
That, everyone, is what we call a dance party ending.
Well, almost. We have a nice little coda for next session.
Oh, also, Lelia's gonna. She gives Buddy a present.
So you're basically trying to work with her, or essentially trying to replicate the scorching weapons feat when the efforts can take.
Yeah, Lelia said
Yeah.
she was gonna say yes, but now no.
You do realize that now that I found that Arrow's found the one thing that actually triggers her, she's gonna keep doing it,
Oh,
right?
it's not that she's triggered. It's not that she's triggered. It's more that no, you tried too hard. Now
She'll come around. She'll
You tried
come
too hard.
around.
Now it's creepy.
Right, let's have this fucking Buddy moment already. So, what are you giving to Buddy exactly? Let the viewers at home know.
Lelia is giving him a little present, wrap present, and inside the present is a leather-bound toy of Buddy and Ari, plushies.
Okay, so you hand this box to Buddy, and he looks at you, and his look at you is the standard Buddy look, which is, it's nothing personal, but I desperately want to kill you.
But it's like a birthday present that I'm handing him. So,
and he looks to Ari as if it's like, is it okay if I take this?
I nod at him.
He takes it, and he opens up the box, and he sees the toy of Cat Mom first. And he picks it up, and beneath his mask, you can see his eyes are crinkling in the way that a person does when they smile. And he looks to Ari, and he gestures with the Catmon plush, like, look, it's you. And then he puts that down, and he takes out the next plush, and it's the Buddy plush. And he looks at it. And he looks at it, and then he takes a very long time glaring at it, and you're not really sure what's going on in his head. And then he touches the mask on the plush, and then he touches his own mask. And his hands start to shake a little bit as he's touching his own mask, and he touches the mask on the plush. And he kind of slumps down to onto the floor. He's holding the plush, and he's touching his mask.
Oh.
And silently beneath the mask, tears start to form in Buddy's face.
aww.
I immediately go and hug him.
And it actually takes him a while to respond, but eventually he hugs you back, but he doesn't break eye contact with the doll. And he doesn't stop looking at the mask. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Aww.
Aww.
Oh.
Whew. That was a hell of a thing.
So next session we'll start with a really, I've actually worked out a way to do a carnival games in D&D before, and it was really fun the last time I did it. So next session we'll start off with a really light, fun carnival adventure before we get back to whatever the fuck we're doing next. Probably reporting to Umlaut and Walpole and seeing how things are going there and planning our next strategy and all that. It'll be a nice light session after a fairly heavy campaign arc, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jesus fuck.
This was a
Holy
heavy
sh-
arc, but it was my favorite one so far.
Whew.
Holy shit, this one worked out like way better and like way more emotionally invested than I expected it to be. I'm actually really proud of how this one came out.
Like,
I also want to point out that Cookie's image of the werewolves and the people coming together for a carnival came fucking true.
The way it did, yeah.
Things that I liked. I liked that we actually made a concentrated effort last session to make friends with all like the characters that ultimately ended up being non-human. Um, it's something I wanted to have happen, but didn't know if it would. So that for this session, when the werewolves leave you to go attack the town while you're fighting off Zeroth, they could basically save the town and basically help undo the work that the Inquisitor did at the start of the session, that we've essentially made things right.
yay, we did something right.
Yeah, you guys really did this in this campaign arc. You guys did a like A+ fucking heroism work. Like I can't emphasize enough. I feel this arc went down really fucking well. Like we got some really good development. Everyone had some really good moments.
One moment.
Like I don't know. I feel like this kicked ass.
I did too.
I liked it.
Like this was like yeah, like Howard hasn't gotten much in the way of combat, but this really made up for it.
I'm gonna have to
There's
go
a
back
lot
and
of role play. A lot of really good role play.
Yeah.
Yeah, holy shit. And I actually got to develop my villains a bit.
Yeah,
Zelroth
Zeroth
is
had a
my
lot.
favorite one so far.
He's been fun.
hmm
Like, I mean, I don't feel like he would have been able to go much farther than what he did, but like I feel like that worked out really well. Like twist-wise, it was built up in a way,
Mhm.
and there was definitely like an emotional punch to it. Like it wasn't like Varney where we're just like we're sick of this dude. We want to get rid of him.
Mhm.
Like I think it's like notable that Zeroth was the first villain we had who actually went out with a somewhat epic fight, as opposed to just being fucking sucker punched.
Yeah. You got Howard down to 37 of 88 HP.
Damn.
Ooh.
I mean, he and Howard were basically the same level.
Yeah,
And both
He didn't
they
have
were. Yeah.
he didn't have friends giving him buffs, and his HP isn't heroic level HP, so he's actually a bit weaker in that regard.
Are you saying the
But
power
still,
of
like-
friendship worked?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yep.
he was the Adachi to Howard's Narukami, and I'm going to speak in Persona quotes because I'm in a Persona-ish mood at the moment. But yeah, still like
Yeah, at the
I
moment
mean-
you said Junes, and like I knew it. Rainford's
Yeah.
fucking Adachi.
I mean, yeah.
We
He,
Okay, I'm gonna have to take off to pick up.
see ya.
Good
see
night.
ya
Good night.
next time. Yeah, like originally my plan, like, so I had like Zeroth was going to be the villain of the werewolf arc, and it was going to be unexpected. And I figured originally, like, I wasn't going to let you guys know that Zeroth was in it, but then you guys did all that shit to surprise me back in Walpole, and I had to give away the fact that a Zeroth exists in this world, and I was like, shit. Then I was like, you know what? It probably would be smarter just to have him hide his identity anyways. And since I knew that he was going to be, like, in league with the Inquisitors, I was like, okay, let's have them be the Zeroth brothers. And they both have been pursuing evil in very different directions. One of them is in this sort of Garrett-style fervor of anti-humanism, and the other is General Zeroth. He's a sport hunter who is getting increasingly sick of unchallenging game.
And he found his most dangerous game with Howard.
And basically
Yeah,
have it where the hunter Zeroth has been posing as this other noble to basically hide the fact that who he is, and also to give him connections and money and shit. and rode into town pretending to be a hero when, in fact, he was basically just manipulating his brother's scheme to his own advantage.
What? No.
It's a good way to throw twists to the twists.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how you guys feel it came off, but like, I feel like it worked out pretty well.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, Jekyll had planned for the story would be somewhat sympathetic, but still ultimately an amoral mad scientist.
Hmm.
Shame we never got to fight Hyde.
Mm-hmm. Well, you might still. He gave you a hide potion.
Depending on who takes it, that could stand
And
up as a
it gives
fight.
you some info about Shelley when you guys get to that town.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if, like, once, Xerath was, like, being all wobbly, and everything, he's going to suddenly go take the potion, turn into a final monster or something.
I considered that, and there were a lot of ways that final confrontation would go. I feel like the duel was probably the coolest, though. Like, my original plan was, like, you guys would have to be fending off werewolf attacks while Xerath is sniping you, and eventually you would, like, have to fend off enough werewolves where you could finally pin his location down and get someone to take him out. I feel like the duel was so much more cooler and so much, like, it was a great moment for Howard, obviously. But, like, it was also, like, a really interesting way to illustrate, like, what this arc is about. This idea of, like, trying to find a feeling of living in conflict. And both the pros and cons of that, the good and bad of living for conflict.
So we got Howard's arc down.
One of these
Well,
days,
I feel like there's still a lot more to go with Howard, though. I feel like you all have lots of room to grow.
Specific one.
Yeah, like Howard's right now should be having a little crisis of faith right now.
somewhat. His ideas did win out in the end. Ideals, I should say.
I don't know. That's debatable.
Nope, still did. Being
The thing
selfish.
is with villains who their death is what they want, you really can't win with them. Like, the only way to win with Xerath was to keep him alive and locked up in a cell.
Well, I mean,
Not really.
That depends on what your terms of winning are. If your terms of winning are make sure evil is punished, then yeah, there's no winning with that. But if your winning terms are make sure people aren't hurt, then you have won. The fact that he got some satisfaction in his death, that maybe isn't even a negative. Like, maybe that's good. Maybe he gets to die at peace.
Yeah, so he won't come back as a vengeful spirit or some shit.
I think that's how Howard basically saw it, because, like, even if, like, Xerath was a fake and everything, like, Howard in some way was connecting with him throughout the story. Like, that didn't completely go away with the twist, so, like...
Yeah. And, like, Xerath's a broken person. He's not necessarily, like, evil for the sake of evil. He's a person who very clearly, like... He wants a connection. Like, the way I was playing Xerath, in my mind, Xerath was genuine in his affection for and admiration of Howard. And, like, even though he also wanted to hunt Howard, he wasn't lying about the fact that he wouldn't like to, like, also be friends and go hunting monsters with him. He doesn't. He's too goddamn loopy to realize that those two goals aren't going to happen at the same time. But, like, I feel like the way I have Xerath in my head, like, this incarnation of Xerath, the Sanger Rainsford Xerath, like, he's a person who could have been good, but he was born into the wrong family. And as a result, he came out very warped, and, in the way of a Jekyll Hyde or werewolf story, he's a person who's battling between his desire for civility and connection and his own innate savagery. And in the end, it was a suicide by cop situation. He found an honorable opponent to finally take him out.
So basically, he's a character who his Hyde was always in control. So what's the deal with Buddy's reaction near the end there?
Buddy doesn't comprehend that he's a monster.
I would say that's pretty close. I would say it's more that Buddy is often distanced from the fact of what he is.
Yeah.
But there's still some part of him that's cognizant that like with Zeroff, there's a part of Buddy that's cognizant that he's a broken being. And when he sees a depiction of himself that has a mask for a face instead of a human face, and you got to remember, some part of Buddy's psyche still thinks he's a 4-year-old child. But he sees this hulking, this big hulking doll of himself. On the one hand, he recognizes himself, and as a kid, he is excited about that. But another part of him is like, that's what I am, that's what I look like. And he touches his face, and he touches a doll's face. Like, he's seeing the recognition.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a part of him dimly, like a dim part of him doesn't fully comprehend, but still partially comprehends. I'm a monster now. I'm not the child I feel that I should be, and that made him break a little bit.
I feel like shit now.
Well, I mean, it's still a good gesture, and like the thing is, he's like when he gets over that, he's gonna really love that doll. It's a toy of himself. It's not like you guys aren't the ones who hurt Buddy. And in a way, I think Buddy understanding that he's been hurt is important to his development. That's why I wanted that moment to play that way. It's like with Zeroff. Like, Zeroff never really was conscious and aware of the fact that he was a monster. Which is why even when he's fighting someone that he thinks views as a friend to the death, he treats the whole situation like it's still a friendly interaction. He completely lacks awareness of what he is. Other than the fact that sometimes things don't work out the way he thinks they should. Buddy is denied full awareness of what he is, but there's a part of him that's fighting for it. And in that scene, he got to have a little bit of that awareness. And I feel that's important for Buddy's development as a character.
I don't know. So, like, in terms of broken beings, he's kind of in the same boat as Ayara in some ways.
Yeah.
In some ways.
And the thing with people who have problems, and I mean that is all people, is that you can't heal unless you recognize the problem is there.
Mm-hmm.
Which isn't to say that recognizing the problem means that it's healed, because it's never that easy. There's a lot of steps you have to take, but like the first step you have to do to solve a problem is know the problem exists. If you don't, you'll end up like Zeroff, cackling to the end, unaware of all the horrors that you've let unleash and how they're eating you. So yeah, that was an unexpectedly heavy arc, huh?
Was.
Yeah.
I liked it though.
I did too.
And when I say it was kind of like,
sorry, go ahead.
and when I say it was kind of like Howard's arc, it was kind of like Howard's arc in how Stoker, on paper anyway, was supposed to be like Tig's arc.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of what it seemed to me, that this was Howard's focused town.
Yeah, in a way, like, I don't have any of these towns set up to be that, because like characters define that, but like, I've got characters designed to bounce off each of you, and they are located in different places, and there are like plans for them to meet you at certain points. So, like, Zeroff was definitely planned to be sort of a counterpart to Howard, and like the Mayshade and Vardy were definitely like maybe not counterparts to Tig, but they were definitely trying to pull on what drove Tig as a character. Just because I thought it'd be least likely for the vampires to target a goblin. So like, a lot of it was also like how you guys interacted with it, and just like it just felt like natural oftentimes to like give Howard these moments. But also like the thing about both those arcs though is that they're really not like, even though while like certain characters may get like lots of main focus with the main story, it doesn't mean that it's all around them, because like everyone got some good shit to do this time around too. Like Ari had all the points where she was tricking werewolves and like, rallying people to plans and comforting the altar boy. I feel like Ayara got some really good, like, a good mix of badass moments and like fall on her face moments, as defines Ayara. Like, she's literally a hit or miss person.
Talia
Lelia-
killed Crump.
Lelia got to be tough and got to like show some heart and like take the fucking con man armorer to task. Talia and Tig got that great fucking rescue moment for Roof and Cookie.
Nobody tries to out fucking nobody tries to con Inquisitor.
Tig also got some good moments with Jekyll.
With good old Geekle.
The last time we'll fuck up his name.
May he rest in peace.
I still see him as a as a white version of Urkel. I can't unsee it.
I still wish that, there's a really awesome thing Talia was gonna do, but it got cut short by the duel. So I hope that we get to do that next time because that was awesome and I want to see that tactic pop up again. But Talia saw the great moment where she led the spider revolution.
Oh my god, yeah.
Talia
was
marks.
amazing.
Where's the...
And I really feel like Talia's forming a good heart of the group.
Has anybody seen Crump? Nope.
And nobody cared.
Nothing about another. And so,
Also,
and
is
next rejoicing.
Rainford hunting supply now empty?
I mean, it's no longer got an owner. I don't know if you guys like took everything, but yeah.
Well, the town should probably keep that stuff.
Yeah.
And we got to pay vengeance onto the High Inquisitor, which is something that we had to do because he started all this, and he may not have been present for most of the arc, but his effects were felt.
Yeah, we should cut him off the Walpole because
Besla.
Tesla.
This town suffered a
Besla.
lot. Let them have their time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let them have their closure with keeping the little bastard in jail and letting him rant at basically thin air.
Or make him walk the plank.
They can have a stock. They can have the stocks out in the middle of the where we put the dome and just throw tomatoes at them all day.
As it should be. We'll find something suitably horrible for him.
He deserves it.
But first, the carnival!
The carnival!
Yay!
Oh, he can be one of those bastards you set up to throw crap at for the carnival.
Oh, he's in the duck tank.
Yes.
And he can't get out.
Yeah, Clapton Irons, baby.
I mean, Cookie's a fairly high-level bard with a lot of bullshit magic items. She could probably make that work. But yeah. I really have to thank you guys for this arc, though, because, like, I wrote a lot of stuff, but that on its own isn't enough. Like, you guys had, like, I really need the players to be engaged with the material, and you guys got engaged really well. And, like, I could be, like, super egotistical and be like, huh, I wrote some good shit this time, but really, like, you can write the most fucking gripping, detailed novel you want as a DM, but if the players aren't willing to engage with it, it's not going to come out very well. And you guys engaged with this really well, and it actually made me surprised at, like, the emotional power of what you were making as a story here. So, like, really good on you guys. I really appreciate it.
Holy shit, that last duel, though.
I think it was a good thing that we left this town for a little later, because now we are more comfortable with our characters and we can do more with them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, I definitely feel that, like, after having, like, 2 towns and a couple of side quests under our belt, like, when we came to this place, we were, like, you guys were so set in your characters that the way you interacted with was really well honed. And I think that was also, like, really key to this arc's success. I'm really excited where we go next. And yeah, we'll figure that out sometime in chat, but for now I'm going to take a bath and then play Persona until 5 a.m. because I'm a horrible monster man.
Have fun.
I will. It makes me feel alive. Good night, everybody.
Night.
Hey.
Shit talk?
Right. Oh, yeah.
Yep.